It's his first major role since the defamation trial, and he received a standing ovation as he entered the theater.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're discussing the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial 1 year later.
Even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation.
For this list, we'll be reflecting on the hearsay almost a year later, seeing what the parties have been up to since Depp v. Heard reached its verdict. Have your thoughts on Depp v. Heard changed in the past year? Let us know in the comments. From April 11th to June 1st, 2022, Depp v. Heard captivated the internet with shocking allegations, some bizarre witnesses, and the former couple at its core. The trial was rooted in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which Amber Heard accused ex-husband Johnny Depp of abuse.
Only way out of this is death. Only way out of this is death.
Depp denied these allegations, taking out a $50 million defamation suit against Heard, who countered with a $100 million claim. This resulted in a live-streamed circus, complete with vaping doormen, accounts of soiled beds, and Kate Moss.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
None.
The trial was polarizing, not only in regard to the plaintiff and defendant, but to the media and public's reactions. Some treated it like trashy entertainment, while others saw it as a potential turning point in movements like #MeToo.
I receive hundreds of death threats regularly, if not daily.
Playing out like the OJ trial meets Jerry Springer, the case culminated in a verdict leaning in Depp's favor.
It conveyed a defamatory implication to someone who saw it other than Mr. Depp. Answer, yes.
The jury found Heard liable on 3 counts of defamation, ordering that she pay $10 million in compensatory damages. They granted Depp an additional $5 million in punitive damages, although Virginia law reduced this to $350,000.
As against Amber Heard, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $10 million.
Depp was still found liable on 1 defamation count, entitling Heard to $2 million.
As against John C. Depp II, we, the jury, award compensatory damages in the amount of $2 million.
A month later, Heard attempted to have the verdict set aside, but her legal team proved unsuccessful.
Her motion there, it was asking Judge Escarati in her court still to reverse the jury verdict.
Heard and Depp filed appeals, which they both dropped in December 2022 upon reaching a settlement. It was agreed that Heard would pay Depp $1 million, which he will reportedly donate to charities.
As Amber Heard agrees to pay Depp to settle the case.
Heard posted on Instagram, "I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system, where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder." Some still side with Heard, while others agree with the jury's verdict. Either way, it's been theorized that the social media backlash against Heard could discourage people from reporting instances of abuse and the public from believing such claims. Nearly a year later, it remains hard to say how Depp v. Heard will impact the #MeToo movement in the long run.
And I think the relationship to Me Too is the worry that there could be a chilling effect on women coming forward.
That said, the courts recently found Donald Trump liable for abuse and defamation against E. Jean Carroll, challenging the notion that Depp v. Heard signified the end of #MeToo.
Carroll was awarded $5 million in damages.
In any case, Depp's career seems to be on the upswing, while Heard's future in the industry has been called into question. In late May 2022, Depp made a surprise appearance alongside Jeff Beck at a UK concert. Although the verdict hadn't been reached yet, it appears Depp had already won in the court of public opinion.
We'll say we got it made. Don't they know we're so afraid?
The jury soon finished deliberating, with Depp thanking them for giving him his life back. Depp continued to tour with Beck over the next 6 months, announcing that they'd collaborate on a 13-track album entitled 18.
This is a song for Miss Hedy Lamarr, erased by the same world that made her a star.
Depp also found time to make a digital appearance as the moon person at the VMAs that August.
Hey, you know what? I needed the work.
The tour ended in November, 2 months before Beck's death at age 78. In January 2022, 6 months before the trial, Depp was cast as Louis XV in the French-language film Jean du Barry, which co-star May Wen co-wrote, co-produced, and directed.
Et votre entourage. Cette jeune femme est mon entourage.
Filmed in Europe during the tour, this period drama was slated to kick off the Cannes Film Festival in May 2023. It was seen as a controversial opener, but when Depp arrived at the premiere, fans were there to support him. Depp and the cast garnered a standing ovation upon entering the theater. Reviews have been mixed, with Le Parisien awarding the film 4.5 stars, while The Hollywood Reporter wrote, "Depp's performance isn't that bad, and neither is May Wen's in the lead role. But the two of them, like the movie, rarely got our pulse racing." Whether or not Jean du Barry is a genuine comeback for Depp, he has a few other projects lined up. Days before the Cannes premiere, Depp signed a 3-year deal with luxury fashion house Dior for around $20 million, marking what Variety calls the biggest men's fragrance pact ever. Going forward, Depp plans to direct a film about Italian painter Amedeo Modigliani with Al Pacino co-producing. Pacino will also play art collector Maurice Gagnat in the film. The verdict is still out if Depp will ever return as Captain Jack Sparrow, especially after saying he wouldn't work with Disney again, even for $300 million and 1 million alpacas.
If Disney came to you with $300 million and 1 million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film.
That is true, Mr. Rollins.
At the 95th Oscars, though, Jerry Bruckheimer expressed interest in bringing Captain Jack back.
We're all working on it. We'll see how it comes out.
As for Heard, she's remained absent from the limelight since the trial, living privately in Spain with her daughter. A source told People that Heard is excited about working and filming again. Heard will reprise her role as Mera in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. However, between the trial and James Gunn taking DC in a new direction, only time will tell what the future holds for Heard in the realm of superhero blockbusters. In February 2022, Heard was cast in the period drama In the Fire, which would be shot in Italy and is currently in post-production. This likely won't be the last we see of Heard on film, although it may be a while before she appears in another major Hollywood studio production. While Heard remains polarizing, she's not without supporters. Coinciding with Jean du Barry's debut, activist Eve Barlow, a friend of Heard's, launched #CansYouNot. Helen Mirren attended the Jean du Barry premiere with a fan reading #WorthIt. Some thought this was in support of Heard, although Mirren clarified no secret message was intended. Brie Larson, a festival juror, was asked if she would watch the film, responding,
"Well, you'll see, I guess, if I'll see it, and I don't know how I'll feel about it if I do."
Depp has maintained support from several big names, including Winona Ryder, Penelope Cruz, and Chris Rock. With Hollywood so divided over these two, it makes sense why both have spent much of the past year in Europe. Assuming he can still sell a movie, though, Hollywood seems more inclined to welcome back Depp.
Nearly a year since his legal victory over Amber Heard, fans went crazy for Johnny.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Depp v. Heard has turned the star's lawyers into celebrities as well, for better or worse. Elaine Bredehoft, one of Heard's attorneys, would hit the talk show circuit following the verdict. Bredehoft is still practicing law, as is Ben Rottenborn. On both their website profiles, though, there's no mention of them representing Heard. Arguably the biggest winner in this case was Camille Vasquez, who represented Depp. Vasquez's cross-examinations turned her into something of a celebrity. In January 2023, she landed a gig with NBC News as a legal analyst. During her first appearance on Today, Vasquez discussed the 2022 University of Idaho killings. Vasquez also remained a partner at the firm Brown Rudnick.
So I think these investigators do not want to make any mistakes. They do not want to give the suspect any reason to have the case not go the way they want it to.
Depp v. Heard might not be the go-to water cooler conversation it was a year ago, but it's still very much in the zeitgeist. In September 2022, just 3 months after the media frenzy, Tubi released a ripped-from-the-headlines TV movie entitled Hot Take: The Depp-Heard Trial. It's pretty much what you'd expect from a Tubi movie about Depp v. Heard.
The fans are showing support for both sides. There's clearly a favorite here.
Channel 4 is developing a 3-part documentary series about the legal battle. Don't be surprised if we see even more projects inspired by this infamous marriage, divorce, and trial. Whether you're Team Depp or Team Heard, it's hard to imagine another trial hooking the world's attention quite like this one. That is, until October 2nd, 2023, when the trial for the New York Attorney General's lawsuit against the Trumps get underway.
I want you to slather every square inch of Trump Tower in brass.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.